God's message with a beat.
It's taken so long to do this for one reason or another. I haven't been able to do this, but just because we're silent doesn't mean we're not moving. So, man, I don't even know how to share this. Let me start from the beginning. Before I started chasing the truck, I was working at Daryl B. Hesher doing rap class, at the San Benito School District doing a rap class with the elementary kids, and then I was also doing another rap class in Lyford once a week. Now, I'll leave that for the end. But time goes on. It was a contract, and the contract expires, which was perfectly fine because I still had my hands full with the juvenile detention kids and the elementary school in those rap classes. But God has a way of doing things, and the reason why I started from the very end is to bring it back into play. So the contract expires, I leave from that place, no big deal. I keep going and doing what I'm doing in these other places. Time goes on, I start chasing the truck. We start selling cookies like you guys have seen. We started doing selling shirts and selling hats and things like that so that we can keep raising the funds to get the truck. And then somewhere along the line, before the coronavirus hits, more changes came into my job. Now I'm full-time at the detention center. I stopped being at the San Benito School District Elementary School and stuff like that. And then the coronavirus stuff hits. And then you know what, all of this has happened, wear your mask and don't put on your mask and now you can't come in, and everything that's happened because of the coronaviruses and stuff. And so that shut down a lot of things. Some of you guys aren't working, some of us aren't working our full jobs, things like that. But God has a way of still showing up and showing off, and all things round for good for those who love him. And so if you put him first, then he starts putting you first. So what I'm trying to get at is, even though thing after thing after thing got in the way of what we were trying to accomplish, and we had to hit a timeout because of the virus, because of work, because of just different things, including the events and the concerts and different things. I mean, you know how churches have been, now we're open, now we're closed, and all these other things that are happening all around us. But God can still move, and God can still do something great. So now let me fast forward from the ending all the way to where we're at right now. A couple of weeks ago, and that's why it's taken so long, because I keep trying to do this in different ways. About 2 weeks ago, something like that, that company that I was telling you about called me up, and we went full circle. I hadn't talked to them in like 2 or 3 years. The last time I had talked to them was when I stopped working at Lyford. And so getting a call from them was completely out of the blue, and hanging out with them was completely out of the blue. But they said, hey, you know what, we want to talk to you. Let's go hang out for a little while. So I met up with them, and oh man, I met up with them, and after that conversation, or during that conversation, they started telling me, like, you know what, man, we've been watching the truck, we've been watching Miracle Whip, we've been seeing what you've been doing. Again, mind you, I haven't talked to them in years. And they're like, so what's it gonna take, or what's the vision of the truck? So we start conversating about the truck. I start telling them what it's about, what it's for, what the purpose is, what the mission is for it. And then they ask me, so how much is still left on the truck? I said, well, it's gonna cost about $12,000 to fix it. A local church already gave $2,000 some. We did a Facebook fundraiser, and we raised like another $1,000 some. We sold shirts and hats, and we raised more money. We sold cookies, and we raised more money. So I said, so at this point, more or less, we need like about maybe like a little bit under $6,000, give or take, to cut open the truck. And they're like, oh man, that's so cool. We started conversating more about the truck and whatever. And then they just hit me with the news, and they said, come by the office and pick up the check for the remaining balance. So the reason why I'm making this video right now is to tell you guys that we got the money to fix up the truck, And so I just dropped off the truck, I think a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago at this point. And so we dropped off the truck already. It's already gonna get worked on. We're working on the specs, so of the blueprints of how it's gonna look. And I'm super excited. I mean, I'm rambling and I'm going all over the place and stuff, but it took a lot to get here. And this isn't my project, this is God's project. And when you put it in God's hands, you might think like you hit a timeout, you might think you hit roadblocks, you might think dead ends, you might think all sorts of stuff. But if God's in it, that's all that matters, and it's still gonna get accomplished. So I went to go pick up the check from them for $6,000. I was still freaking out with that, by the way. And I'm still freaking out about it now. And I dropped off the truck, and I dropped off the money. And so now I'm glad to say, I'm happy to say that because Lyford Mesquite Treatment Center helped us out, now we're able to get to that place. So I want to give a shout out real quick to everybody that's helped us get to this point. Everybody that's bought cookies, everybody that bought a hat, everybody that bought a shirt or a CD, everybody that donated to Facebook. I want to give a big shout out to that local church. They know who they are. They want to remain nameless. And so I want to give a shout out to them for providing 2,000 plus. And Mesquite Treatment Center, I want to thank them very much for donating the other $6,000 so that we can do the next part of the next phase of Miracle Whip. And so this is awesome. I'm still, again, it's been a couple of days and I'm still processing all of this, but it's awesome to see that we're at this point. How long is it gonna take to cut the truck open and fix it all up and etc.? I don't know. But I'm glad to say, I'm happy to say, I'm excited to say that now we're in that portion of the phase. Honestly, I never thought we would get here because of the virus and how things are going out in our environment. I just thought, you know what, we might as well just give up. I can't sell any cookies because I can't interact with people. We can't do events because we can't interact with people, and so it could seem discouraging. It could seem like a bunch of different things, but God still shows up and does something crazy. He came in left field, reconnected me back to Mesquite Treatment Center after all these years, and then from that to, I don't know, I can't explain it. But so now we get into the next phase. Again, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but as I get updates from Unique Solutions, then I will give you guys information so that you guys are up to date. Again, you guys helped us get here. This isn't just my project, this is our project, this is God's project. So thank you guys for all your help, for all your prayers, for all your support. And download the app 956 Blessed on the Apple or Android store, the Google Play Store, so that you can be up to date on how this process is gonna go. We're gonna try to videotape as much of it as I can. We're gonna try to take pictures of this as much as we can, because I think that in itself is a message by itself. God can take something old and turn it into something new. God can take something broken and turn it into a blessing. So just because of the way we got the truck and everything. So guys, thank you for helping us. I'm glad to be able to share all of this with you guys, and everybody that's helped us along the way. Thank you so much. And Mesquite Treatment Center, thank you guys for coming and helping us out. I don't know what else to say, but I'll keep you posted. Bye.
If you would like to invite Blessed to minister at your church or event, please call 361-522-7285.